Okay, I'm going to try to make this as short or sweet as I possibly can. Why is it people are still asleep here in the United States? Why? I mean, we're in 2020. How is it nobody has learned over the past, what, 200 years? Maybe even more? How is it nobody has learned that socialism is a bad thing? Good morning, America. It is time to wake up. And I mean, it is seriously time to wake up. We are living in a time where we already know what socialism is. We know how bad socialism is. We know exactly how bad it can get. And when I say by how bad it can get, I'm saying socialism destroys countries. Socialism destroys the people in the countries. And before I get to what it's doing to America, how it's getting ready to take your rights away. Socialism is taking your rights away. It's taking our rights, American rights. We fought to get rid of socialism. We fought to get rid of the monarchy. And I say we as of the people. We fought to get rid of the monarchy, not the government. The government did what little it could to fight military versus military against the monarchy. It was the people who won the battle. Right now, our monarchy are the Democrats, the Socialists, who are pushing the same narrative that every single socialist party has ever pushed, which is, first, we're going to use your kids. We're going to make you afraid for their lives. Once you're afraid for their lives, we're going to hit you emotionally. We're going to make you give up your rights to guns. We're going to make it a privilege to have a gun, not a right. You have to ask us to have a gun. You don't have a right anymore. This is what socialists do. They've done it in multiple countries. Let's see. They've taken all the guns from Australia. They've taken all the guns from Germany. They've taken all the guns from Britain, the monarchy we got rid of. These people only know one thing: power. They need the power over the citizens. They need the power. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody here in America. The only thing they care about is their safety and their power. Why in the world do we have congressmen and women, senators, being in power for over 30 years? Why? Why do we have people who are making laws to suit their agenda and nobody's doing it? Wake up. Democrats haven't done nothing for anybody here in the United States. Actually, I think ever. Everything they've ever done has been to their agenda. And if you don't believe me, we'll get to that. We'll get to what they've actually done here in America in a little bit. But let's look at socialism around the world. Venezuela was the wealthiest South American country. And I'm saying wealthiest as in they had their own. They had their. Oh God, what did they have? They had oil. They had their own oil factories. They had their own oil collections. They had their farmlands, their agriculture. They had it all. They were almost as good as America was. Back in like the 60s and the 70s, they were doing just as good as America. Socialism took over. Come 2016, people are running away from Venezuela because their country just does not care about them. The rich, monarchy, are in charge. The rich are eating healthy, clean water, plenty of food. I mean, they're not suffering. The people are. They don't care about it. Now, socialism has never worked ever in this world. If you think you can prove me wrong, tell me any country that has ever done anything right with socialism. Please tell me. And I'm going to counteract some of your attacks right now. First attack. Canada. Free medical. Free medical. Everybody says free medical. Free medical. Free medical. Louder Crowder has already proven that to be false. Louder Crowder is a Canadian who came to America, got a citizenship, loves the American people, hates socialism, hates communism. He went to Canada with a friend, claimed to have had a broken arm. I apologize for the shaking. It's a little cold out here. It's probably in its 30s. But, okay. Stated he had a broken arm. Tried to see a doctor. Went the first day. Nothing. Went a second day. Nothing. About 4 weeks. 4 weeks before he was able to go in and actually do anything. That's free medical. Now, if you want to pay thousands of dollars, you can go to a private physician and they can help you right then and there. So, you poor people, or should I say, us poor people, you want free medical? I don't. Right now, we don't have the best medical system set up. I don't think anyone has the best medical system set up. What we need to do is get rid of big pharmaceutical, make that a little bit more obtainable to people, and then maybe we can start working on our medical. But right now, big pharmaceutical runs everything, so that's where we get screwed up, is dealing with big pharma and insurance companies. Back on Venezuela, everybody's going to say, no, it's not the socialist program. Yes, it is the socialist program, because America sent millions of dollars worth of supplies to Venezuela. Their president claimed, we never sent anything down there. Reporters found out that their president left all of those things in shipping containers and let them rot. Let their people suffer. This is socialism. Socialism does one thing. We tell you what to do. You do it, or you go to jail, or we'll kill you. That's socialism. And if you don't believe me, Russians, they had socialism. You remember that guy killed like 25 million of his own people? If you try to open your mouth against him, yeah, Socialism. Right now, isn't England going under a civil war right now because everybody wants to be like America and have their rights? Because dealing with the monarchy, they have no right to speak out against the monarchy. Germany. Okay, we'll get to Germany. That socialism program. Ooh. And everybody's going to say Sweden. Look at Sweden. Sweden has some of the happiest people on the planet. Look at where they live. It is beautiful there. Imagine how high their minimum wage is. Do you want to know why it's that high? Because they're paying 58% tax. Oh, look at that. That's what America wants. That's what the socialists want to do here in America. They want to raise taxes, but they say they're going to raise it on the rich. At 58% tax, that means you're getting less than half of what you actually earn. So once they take as much money as they possibly can from them, and they're not as rich, who else do you think they're going to start raising the taxes on? Poorer people. You know, first they'll start off at the 1%, then they'll go to the 10% or 5%, then they'll go to the 10%, and then so on and so forth, until they get down to us. And the only way to make us survive, because, I mean, at $15 an hour, working 40 hours a week, you'll probably get a $600 check, maybe. After taxes, depending on what state you're in, how many taxes you actually have to pay, you'll make anywhere from about $600 to about $515. Take 58% tax out of that. Any mathematicians out there? Leave you about $230, $220. Who can live off of that? Can you live off of $220 a week here in the United States? Rent, transportation to and from work, food, electricity. You won't have a phone. You won't have the newest iPhone. Nah, you definitely won't have that. Let's see. Germany. Everybody remembers their socialist program. See, the one thing about socialism is they want power. Power, 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 power. To a point to where they will shut you up if you try to take their power away from them. Epstein tried to take the power away from the Socialist Party, trying to rat out every single Democrat that was doing something illegal. They shut him up real quick. A lawyer going after the Clintons, well, pretty much Hillary, for her 30,000 treacherous emails that she sent out illegally. Committed suicide. Shot in the back of the head. That's a weird way to commit suicide. I guess he didn't want to see the bullet coming. Another guy who was trying to sue the Clintons, he ended up dead as well. That's what socialists do. You're either with them or you're against them. Germany's National Socialist Party, ran by you-know-who, started a great, huge war. Why? Because he wanted power. Socialists always want power. They want to control everybody. And how did they do it? They started with the kids. They got everybody afraid for the kids' lives. They had the kids go up in front of the parents and talk to the parents on live national TV and talk about how guns are bad and guns only need to be in the police and military hands. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. That's what they're doing here in America. Do you think it's kind of strange that the Socialist Party has such an opportunity to where, surprisingly, people are going and shooting up schools? Now, I can guarantee there was a couple of them, like the Columbine, that wasn't staged. Those were 4 kids who had some serious mental issues. But a couple of these schools, it seemed a little bit played. Like, the kids were given the guns. They were forced to do it or manipulated into doing it. But I wouldn't put it past a socialist to do it. I mean, look at every single time Trump rallies happened, and the very first thing Democrats did was bus in Antifa. Busloads of Antifa people being transferred to Trump rallies to shut these rallies down. Socialist, you don't have a right to talk about them. You don't have a right to say how bad they are. You do not have a right to communicate with anybody that goes against them. They will shut you up. America, it is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. The Germans went against the Jews. Jews right now are still being attacked. Still being attacked. Still being killed. Even here in America. If this Socialist Party takes over, in Germany, their Socialist Party believed that the Jews immigrating into Germany were a tarnish on the country. Who are our Socialist Party going to believe is a tarnish on our country? Right now they're attacking white men. They're attacking white people. Which is funny that you're listening to a Socialist Party who is saying that the rich white men, or all white men, are bad people. Rich white men are racist. Don't get me started on that. I'll tell you my views on racism if you want me to. Leave a comment in the description down below. But I'm going to guarantee I'm going to make a lot of people really heated with that conversation when it comes to racism. You're listening to a bunch of rich white people who have been in power for over 30 and 40 years tell you that white people are bad. White people who have been in power, socialists who have been in power, are telling you white people are bad. Think about it. Think about it. You got to figure this one out. They're telling you that the white people are bad. They are bad. First, they're going to come for your guns, our guns, because the only way to control a country is to disarm the country. They're going to go after your First Amendment rights, which they are doing with Antifa, which is a communist organization being ran by socialist organization, the leftists. They are powered by the leftists. The Democrats control the police stations. They control the CIA. They control the FBI. They control everybody. They have their socialist program running full swing. That's why Antifa is now starting to get stopped by the cops, because the cops are getting sick and tired of the Democrats running everything. The cops are getting tired of it. Now they're going to go after your First Amendment rights with the whole thing of hate speech. Hate speech. Do you know what hate speech is? Hate speech, defined by a socialist, is any type of speech that offends somebody or goes a counter towards somebody and the way they are. So if you talk bad about a socialist in any way, talking about how they're pretty much ignorant, they don't know what they're doing, they have no social skills, they should not have any job with the American government whatsoever. And I'm saying this just because they shouldn't. No socialist should be here in America. We have been fighting against socialism since, I don't know, what, the early 1900s? We have fought socialism. We have fought communism. Why in the world is America protecting socialism, and why is America protecting communism now? We've never done it in the past. Why are we doing it now? And thanks to one of the guys that I watch on YouTube, Connor Knorr, who I hope actually sees this video. He brought up so many good facts and so many good points about what they're doing. I've normally kept my mouth shut. I never really thought of myself as being the type of person who wants to speak to other people and tell them my views, because I've always been the outcast. I've always been the person everybody looks at and is like, yeah, sure, like you know something. But sitting on the outside, looking in, Democrats are taking us straight to the bottom. You want to see America turn out to be like Venezuela? Keep following the Democrats. Keep following them. We're going to end up just like Venezuela. We're going to be trying to escape to other countries, which we call third world countries now. We're going to be evacuating to those countries just so that we can maintain our life. Wake up, America. We don't need the socialism. Wake up. They're going to take everybody's rights away from. They're not going to be rights anymore. They're going to be privileges. Like driving a car is a privilege. Having a license is a privilege. Having a gun is going to be a privilege. It's not going to be a right. Our Constitution were rights given to us by people who fought for this country to get us away from the monarchy. They are rights. We have the right to defend ourselves. All those guns that you're so afraid of, farmers use to hunt coyotes that are killing the cattle. They hunt bobcats that are killing the chickens. They hunt wild boars that are tearing up their farmlands. You don't want your food? Because that's what's going to happen. You take guns away from people, the wild boars are going to run free. They're going to tear up the farmlands. Farmers ain't going to make no money. You're not going to have nothing to eat. You vegans are out of your league because you're not going to kill nothing. Coyotes are going to start killing every single cow they see. We're going to get overran. This government does not care about you. And when I say this government, I'm talking about the Democrats. I'm talking about the Socialists. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They're not going to care about anybody. They take your rights away, they are protected. They have armed guards around them at all times. And they have full auto weapons. They're afraid of you. They're attacking Trump to get rid of Trump because Trump is protecting you. Open your eyes, America. Wake up. It's our last chance. You let socialists run this country, we're going to go downhill fast. And I'm not going to surrender. I'm not going to see the end of America. If you want to be a slave to them, we got rid of slavery. Socialists take over, you're going to be a slave. That's just final. Don't be a slave. Wake up. Get rid of the socialist. Get rid of the leftists who want to take your rights away from you. I'm just telling the truth. And that's my 27 minutes. I hope you all have a blessed day. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. And I wish you all the best. If you have any questions, any comments that I could possibly answer, I'll be willing to answer.